Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cocktail Hour with Rick. I am your host, Rick Serra, and as you see, maybe you don't realize,
Every
but
week I get hours back.
I am
working
alone.
less. My secret, an AI tool that plans my schedule perfectly. It used to be my biggest challenge. I would sit down to work and spend.
Oh, shut up. There. And I am in the chat room. Please click the like button if you're in the chat, and if you're looking at it on a computer, you can easily click the like button. It's right there below the screen, which contains me. So please do so. And cheers, everybody. Clink. Welcome to Friday. The Friday is a 13th. Supposedly an unlucky day, but we don't let that bother us, right, everybody? Everybody's fine. I'm wearing a new shirt in the bluish color I have, and this is a special Cocktail Hour with Rick shirt. Do you see it? This is the wormy in the glass version. I'm gonna sit there a while. Yep, it's there, good. So yes, I just picked this up, ordered it for myself. It's a 2X, and it is so nice, fits perfectly. Nice, pretty aqua blue. One of the colors, you can buy any of the shirts in that color. I also picked up a hoodie. Maybe I'll run out and throw that up and show it to you before the end of the show. Especially if you ask, if you want to know what a hoodie looks like. It's beautiful. Pull over. It's got the logo. In the back, it's the Bring Back Asbestos icon. Very colorful. Again, a blue color. I think it's called South Carolina blue. Very, very nice. So let's go to the, thank you, fits very svelte. Yes, it does. Thank you. Hello, John C., Computer Chick, Ryan's Games, Jimmy Rick, Spin Dallas, Krabby, Ryan's Games again, Glow. I just made Miss Glow a moderator. So who else? Hey, DJ Infinity, hello. Tomorrow I'm going to a Civil War reenactment. Hey, very good. I'll be here in town for Father's Day. And then Sunday night, I'm going to be going to Washington with my brother and another friend. We're going to see John Anderson and the Band Geeks play the music of classic Yes. Very, very nice show in store for me. And then they're playing in Clearwater as well. I could see them again, but I don't think so. Once I think will be fine this time around. I did see him with a bunch of students from a musical school, and that was tremendous. And that was what led up to the hooking up with the Band Geeks, setting up a new studio album called True, and there's a couple new live albums out. I hope you all will consider checking out John Anderson of Yes, his stuff. So let me see, everything looks pretty good here. Darlene is fine. She is back with Bo. Hello, Long Duck Dong. John was amazing. According to Long Duck Dong, he was at Long Island. Great, I am sure he was. And she's in Florida, Darlene, with Bo. I'll be back Thursday next week. The reenactment, Debsy, is over in California, that gentleman was talking about. Hello, David Welling. We are Yes, happy. Hello, Pam. I'm safe. Jacob LaMountain. This isn't Minecraft. I know it's not Minecraft. It's Rick Serra. He used to be on others' channels, and now I have been doing my own thing for several years, including this show, which goes back to March of 2020. At fan request, I started a live stream for the shutdown period, and I haven't stopped all this time. In our sixth year, what is this all about? I drink and I also imbibe in medical marijuana. Thank you there. I got a tip I'll have to recognize. And it's all about having a good time, like maybe the show Cheers. Everybody knew everybody and everybody had a great time. It seemed, of course, that was a TV show, but we're the virtual form of that here at the Cocktail Hour with Rick. And remember, we appreciate no divisive, political, religious, hate speech, no abusing each other. We don't want any of that kind of jazz here. And the moderators will ask you to please be quiet by stopping you from posting unfriendly comments. It's not because we're trying to do anything more than to not have arguments here. This is the safe space where everybody's welcome and you can just talk about everything else except for the current news. Why would you want to talk about it? It's not good anyway. It's all bad. So when there's a good news story, I really do love to hear them. Unfortunately, they're rare. But there are good people out there in the world, thank God. And we also actually send out notices for prayer requests for people who are down or their family needs help. Been doing that since the very beginning of the channel and the show. And we're going to keep it up because we all need each other to get through this life. And it's more fun anyway. Cheers, everybody. Let's see those smiles. And hopefully you're enjoying some nice, cool beverage or warm beverage. Whatever you choose, it's bring your own and have it at home. You don't have to drive. You're already there. Maybe on your couch looking at your large television screen. Maybe at a computer desk. Maybe just on your cell phone. We are all together. It's good fun. So, I don't know why we think Friday the 13th is such a terrible date. I think it goes to the Templar knights that weren't they like rounded up and executed by the King of France? Wasn't that what the deal was there? And Friday the 13th wasn't a very good day for them, something like that. So I'm trying to look at the chat here, and I will deserve more Nerf darts to make up for this week, next week. But I'm trying. I'm sorry your beer is getting warm. You've got to have a koozie. And I have Rick on my laptop. Yes, for stuff. And I know what that means. A song for the Rick's Hair channel. Music videos is still not developed yet. Another little effort in video. I put up a tiny little 2-minute video going at the beach the other day. And man, it was so pleasant. The water was not too warm, but it was like 83. And it had a little cloudiness, but it was not too crazy. The waves were very easy. I was out there floating on this thing. Basically, it's got a mesh hooked up to two oblong inflatable things that are all fused together as one piece. So you can sit on the mesh or you can lay on it and put your legs on the one and put your head on the other of the pontoons, basically. Great for a pool, great for the golf. It probably is not good for like the Atlantic Ocean, a little bit too strong. The waves probably would tear it right up. But yes, so my wife, Darlene, is going to have a drink. That's good. She is one, everybody. Say hello to Darlene. Guess you already have. Hello, Jenny Reno. And let me look back. I told, remember, was it Jenny Reno is the one who gave me a gift? Thank you, Jenny, for the tip. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you quicker. We appreciate that, but we really appreciate your likes. And so far, one like. So please click that like button. I got 32 people in the room, but one like. I don't know, it's a glitch maybe with my computer. I certainly hope there's more than one like in there. So click that like button, and we get along swimmingly if you do. So here we are, another weekend, another Father's Day. Sunday is Father's Day for anybody who didn't realize that. And I hope that the fathers who are here watching, enjoying the show, I hope you have a great Father's Day. I hope that your family shows you the love you deserve because of being good old dad. So I was not going to be able to make it here. And as it turned out, Darlene insisted that I come up. So we found a flight, and then I ended up making it a few more days because the price was the same basically. So I'm staying here for about a week, Thursday to Thursday. I leave next Thursday. And hopefully I'll get into something and have a little fun. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow night and catch a band somewhere. Like I said, Sunday I'm going to go to the Warner Theater. I'm not going to be giving you a live stream from the Warner Theater. I'm so sorry. That's a little bit too big of a venue for me to think that I would live stream from the program. No, can't do that. A bar is one thing, a theater is different. So what else? Hello, Ponytail Dungeon Master and Krabby and Polo Corgi too. And people are seeing different numbers of likes. Whatever, that's all sounding better than the one I see. Maybe it's because that's my view screen for watching the chat. I don't know. It's over my head, and I'm not really, so far, I haven't gotten into saying anything too extremely odd or demented or lascivious or pervy or anything like that. So far, I don't think I should have been shot with any darts. I'm doing pretty good. Remove the raid. Oh, you see the raid over here? Raid. Flying insect killer. Kills flies and mosquitoes. Matma, muercas y mosquitos. Yes, you need your flying insect repellent, but you don't need it to be a prop. So why don't you pull the curtain over? Let's see if this helps. There, it's gone. I came up here yesterday afternoon. My granddaughter picked me up. And we're going to do, I think, to start, we're going to have like maybe a brunch. We're all going to get together, go somewhere and have a nice brunch. So that sounds like a good thing. The day we were hoping to be like a cookout kind of thing, maybe in the afternoon, but it's not going to be very pleasant. It might even be raining. Bummer. And even tomorrow it might be a little bit of rain. And we're supposed to see showers maybe later tonight. But today we did have a couple of nice hours. It got pretty warm, up around 90. My daughter's pool, so nice. So I was in there for about an hour and a half. My fingers were just starting to turn into prunes, and the water was nice and warm. They'd had the summer cover, pool cover on the thing to the thermal blanket, it's called. It was like in the low 70s a week ago, and now it's in the upper 80s. Amazing. Just bubble wrap, basically. So, what's going on here? How long did it take him to remove that 13-minute, 13 darts? What didn't I remove? The raid? Oh, she's talking about my raid computer chick, worried about bug spray. It was not for you, computer chick. I wasn't intending to use the raid on any of you all. It was for flying insects. You're not an insect, are you? Is it that big of a sin that I had a can of raid sitting out? Now it's hidden. So it was like 13 darts for that. Okay. I guess that's fair. We'll have to see this settle up next week. 13 in a row. We'll see what happens. Be good fun, huh? So we will. Fuck them bugs. That's definitely right. We're going to be back together next Friday on the 20th. So then we will be able to catch up with this issue with darts. Until then, if you have just happened to start watching out of the blue, you didn't even know who the heck this was, and you might even have given the person a tip. Thank you so much. And you know, we send free gifts. Yes, we do. All you do is send us an email with your name and correct mailing address, and then we will send a gift to you by mail. I haven't even told Darlene this, but we have, unfortunately, 2 returned gifts that were sent back to us because whatever you provided to us as an address, it did not compute. So I'm sorry about that. So, but if you want a free gift, you can try. We certainly do send them out. And if you send the correct address that the postman will recognize for your home, send us email to rick.adr@aol.com, and we will send you a free gift. Just ask. You can also go to rickserrastar.com, our website, and we have a link for sending email there. We have links for all the social media platforms, and we have a Discord link because we have a Discord playground put together by fans of the channel. And that's there all the time at rickserrastar.com. And at the top, a little bit of funny animation, the most recent uploaded video, and of course a link for merchandise if you'd like to even take a peek at that. We do have some. Cheers again. Tonight I'm drinking Genesee Specialty Honey Brown. It is brewed in somewhere in Pennsylvania, right? Genesee Brewing Company, Rochester, New York. Oh, it's New York. I'm sorry. Genesee. Oh, that's so swell. Honey Brown. It's actually nice. Now, you know me, I always suggest consider drinking some water along with, if you're drinking alcohol, beer included. Keep yourself hydrated. Yes, you'll pee more, but your body will thank you. Because believe it or not, alcoholic beverages can damage your brain, your body. It's terribly destructive. But if you're like me, I guess you're a risk taker. And you're risking drinking and having a good time versus not. So Rick is in Maryland and Darlene's in Florida. Correct. Yeah, alcohol is literally poison. Yeah, I've heard this. Oh no, I guess you're not drinking if you have diarrhea. It's probably not very fun. And happy the 13th to Alex as well. Welcome, Alex Raff. Glad you could come. But it is a delicious poison. We have fun with it. I get pissed when Christmas cards come back undeliverable. You know what, Polo? We have to accept that. Unfortunately, something went awry. Did we transpose the numbers on that zip code or that house number? Did we put the wrong name with the other address of someone else? And then that person's confused because it went to someone they don't even maybe know, but it was at their address. Sending cards is such a affair. It is very fraught with frustration when the card is returned. I would suggest that now when you send cards, you may not want to send cash, checks, bank cards, or debit cards, whatever. People are robbing the mail. Did you know this? There are people actually robbing postal carriers of the key they have to go into mailboxes, and then these people go into the mailboxes looking for mail that has cash or check or something in it. What the hell, man? So sad. So I guess you should take your mail directly to a post office and hope that it gets delivered because you made sure at least halfway it got to a post office. Or use Zelle instead. You know what that is, right? Money service, yeah. For sending money back and forth to people. My wife uses Zelle. I don't even know how to spell Zelle. I think maybe it's Zell. I don't know. Is that right? I don't Zelle anybody. Oh, another gift. Hey, thank you, Valerie Brumblow. How are you tonight? Happy Friday the 13th. Oh, a guy used to mail weed. Well, I sent something to my mother years ago before anything was legal in Florida or Maryland. So, Mom, I'm sorry. So I took it and I put it inside of something that wouldn't smell. Then I bought a package of something stupid, little solar powered lights that look like bugs. I opened the box up. I put this inside of the box, closed the box up as good as I could. Then I proceeded to wrap it and mailed it to her. And I told her in a card or something with it, wait for me to come home. I'll put together your decorations. So she waited for me, and then I came down and I had a little present for myself, and then I put together her bug lights. And she did enjoy the bug lights, and I enjoyed the eighth of reefer that I set down. Yes, I did. Oh, well, John C., that's good. Now, but this is probably that hemp derived or CBD derived stuff, or do you get like legal, real reefer? Dalton Lanier? Well, I am doing well, and I recognize your name for sure. It has been a minute, and we're glad to have you. Very good. Yes, the bug lights. And you're in North Carolina, Ryan? Okay. I'm not sure if I exactly knew that, but that's a good place to be. I'm about to light my, they call these straws. I don't know why. It's a pipe. They call it a straw. Came with a little pink cap, and it's got a little moon on the end. There, you can barely see it. In white against the pink, probably not. And I went shopping here at one of the dispensaries I use in Maryland. Is this one I opened? Yeah. And look at this. This is so cute. Now I rolled this one myself, so, and I started to smoke this one here, but it's a little can like the size of the Sucrets cans that you used to be able to get forever ago, and it has 5 pre-rolled joints, and it was a total of 0.35 grams per joint. So they're like personal joints, and they're a little pricey. What the heck? You only live once, right? I also got 2 cans of them. Didn't know how crazy I might get while I was here for a whole week. I bought an 1/8 of something that's called Morning Wood. Morning Wood? What the hell? What is Morning Wood? I don't even understand what that is anymore. Morning Wood. But it's pretty good weed. And then as I'm checking out, as if, are you kidding me? You're not really selling that, are you? They had Snoop Doggy buds, Snoop Dogg, a pack of it, an 1/8 for 20. Cheaper than the other stuff. I should have gotten just a bunch of these. Well, I didn't know. So I have more cannabis now than I could possibly consume in the next 6 to 5 days, whatever. So I'll have some waiting for me when I come back. I know. Isn't that nice, right? You know, something to look forward to. You have this sitting there just waiting for you when you come. So we told you this last week. We are not coming back until our roof repair is complete. And, well, we have 1 week. The permit was put in. The permit, I verified it on Tuesday. The guy I spoke with thought that it might come through in just a couple of days in terms of the pre-review before they give approval to start work. And the contractor ordered material. So now it's just a matter of, I hope that it's sooner rather than later. The work could be 4 to 5 days to finish. And we just want it to be done. We're so tired of having been through all that we've experienced since last October to not have this done. We feel like we were singled out for some reason. Like just the bad karma just wanted to jump in our face. I mean, one contractor turns out to be a dud. the next one's going to be okay, right? And then the next contractor turns out to be a lying dud. So I'm hoping the third one is the charm. That's all we can hope. So I did go to the beach this week. You might have seen that I posted a very short video that I just was at the beach and declared hallelujah, basically, about the permit actually was submitted like the guy promised he would do. Yeah, it was a shit show, but you know. Monkey penis makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. What are you smoking? That's good. You had your own chat room, Miss Glow. Well, and if you didn't know, guess what, Miss Glow? I made her a moderator. I was actually before that we went live. I can now in the chat, if you're there, I can now create new mod appointments before we even go live. I didn't know I could do that, so I thought I'm going to do Miss Glow. Make her a moderator. Get your head out of the gutter. My God. Sorry, Miss Glow. I can't believe they would think something like that about us. So is there anything to sing about tonight? Any birthdays? Yes, you know, I sing happy birthday to people. If it's your birthday, I'd be happy to sing to you. Do you know, is it your birthday? It should be something you would know. Let's see if we got anybody. Hey, Roy Quitter. Yeah, I'm close to the edge to Sunday night at the Warner Theater. I think they'll probably play Close to the Edge. That's John Anderson. Edging. Was definitely a very much adult chat. We talked about everything, so you did not embarrass me at all. I'm so glad. I don't try to embarrass people, but it's a side effect that happens, especially when I'm allowed to ramble and be alone. I know Darlene is just like wondering when I'm going to say something that is really, really beyond, basically. Beyond the line, over the line, you know that? Yep. And Amy Hackey from Omaha, hello. I recently found the Rick's Erotica channel on Discord. Well, it was actually a video made by a friend, and it's produced by Steve Seabode. Hilarious video, but he let me post it on the Rick Serra channel. So I don't know how you saw that as a channel, but oh, really? Thanks a lot, Long Duck Dong. You ruined it for me. Now I have no surprise. Do they do Heart of the Sunrise, South Side of the Sky? Basically, the Fragile album, which I read the band Yes is actually doing a tour for the Fragile album now. And they put out a couple of studio albums, and I have to I'll tell you, I have missed all these albums that the newer Yes has created. I hardly listened to the stuff that John was still in when they got to become really a pop band. It was like, hey man, rock out, good for you, and owner of a lonely heart and all that jazz. But I kind of liked everything before Tales of Topographic Oceans, the classic first couple albums of Yes. The original band, although the drummer changed and the keyboardist changed very early on, and of course the guitarist was pushed out of the band for Steve. I don't know what happened there, why Peter wasn't still the guitarist going down the road after he was with them in the 60s for their first couple albums. Those funny, kind of strange sounding pre or primordial Yes albums. Time and a Word. Yes, I went to Baltimore Polytechnic Institute, or BPI, a college prep or engineering high school in Baltimore. It's a public school, but the alumni of the school contribute, and they actually are able to hire better teachers that would require a higher dollar for a salary than the city salary would typically bring in. And the school went through major renovation physically. I'm not sure if it's completed or if it's got another year to go. So they've had to basically do a lot with the student body, moving them between different buildings while the structure is being repaired or renovated. The school that is the school now was the school when I grew up. My father actually attended the Baltimore Polytechnic when it was in downtown Baltimore, and that building became the City of Baltimore Department of Education headquarters. So, yeah, I'm a Baltimorean, folks. There is more than one Baltimorean on YouTube. Asheville, but now you're in Madison. Got you. So is that North Carolina or South Carolina? I think you're in a Carolina there. Ryan had made it to Maryland once and to Washington, D.C. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you whipped something up and your mind has these creative juices, Spin Dallas, to our advantage. Oh, Long Duck Dong, isn't that so cute? Yes. Owner of a lonely heart. My heart is in Seminole and I'm in Parkville. Boo-hoo-hoo. Feel like the Grinch there for a second. The cartoon version, not Jim Carrey. Yes. Report them to the BBB. The one contractor that pretended to be licensed, even when I told them we want everything to be permitted. If you don't have a license, you can't get a permit. You can't apply for one. You have to be a licensed contractor following the rules and regulations of that jurisdiction's building permits requirements. And in Florida, over a certain amount of dollar value for a roof repair, it should be permitted. So I think the number was $7,000, and ours is considerably more than that, around 24,000 actually. Yeah, I know. Ouch. Luckily, we did get an insurance adjustment to pay for that. But damn, up here in Maryland, I could put a new roof on 3 or 4 houses for 24,000 at least. Of course, it's a different type of roofing. And the one material that is used on these flat roofs, these mobile home or modular homes, is a membrane that you cover the whole thing with, stretch it tight, and then put a band around it. TPO. I don't know what it stands for. Very expensive shit. So, it's the way it goes. It's only money, right? It's only money. Who cares? Yeah, Darlene just gave a little poignant tip. This is what we really think. That, unfortunately, bus error, hello. You know, I haven't. I am not a culinary expert. And nobody's going to want me to go into their kitchen of their restaurant for hygiene and sanitation, which I actually have a bit of expertise in that area. Environmental health basically is what your public health department does. Things that would have an effect on human health, usually not occupational, but could possibly even be occupational. Usually, you have another group that handles just worker safety in your state by state governments, if you're a USA resident. And if you're in a foreign country, it might even work a little more differently. But you basically have to have some kind of a scientist who specializes in things that would be applicable to the living situation of humans. And it's a specialty. It's an acquired body of knowledge. You know the basics, the chemistry, the biology, and the mathematics, and then you have to learn to apply your learning skills to this more specialized field. And I did that for 40 years. So it was a very fulfilling career, and I finished up my last 2 decades plus of that specializing in nursing homes and hospitals and similar medical facilities. So that's what brought me to be asked to do a show about dirty motels and poor sanitation. And then things like fire safety also fell in because I had to develop that knowledge base as well for the job I had at that time for the last 2 decades. First 2 decades, I went from basically first a worker safety type guy, then general pollution control guy, especially hazardous waste, and then toxins. And I ended up with bedpans. I don't know how that all progressed that way, but the job where it was more directly affecting people living in these centers or being cared for in hospitals, etc. It was definitely personally rewarding because I know I got to touch people in need of someone to step in and make something right. And I wasn't found to be a total asshole by most of the regulated community. They actually respected me. And one thing I did try to do is share information all the time. And that's the way we all grow, is we learn more things. And if you're offered information by somebody, and they might come in with the inspector badge on, give them a listen. It's That's free consultation, basically. RG 101. I don't know what happened. What's going on here? Oh yeah, that one. But I do have a playlist, and I mentioned this before, but maybe somebody doesn't know this. On my Serra channel, that's where you are right now. You look under playlists, then look for Rick's Motel Dives. That's the title. And there's a good number of videos already under that playlist. If you've never seen them, you might enjoy them. So go give it a watch sometime. And I have a new one in the hopper. Still learning to do video editing with this newer program. And I've got less than 60 days before I'm going to have to just pay for the full version or decide to go some other direction. But I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up slowly. And this time I didn't even do any titling errors. Yay! That shows improvement. So I do have my computer with me, and I am planning on doing some work, create at least one or two new things to post for you for next week. So stay tuned. Darling, are you going out to the strip club later since Rick isn't home? 9-inch males are performing somewhere near you. 9-inch males? That's a funny one. Oh, the reviews usually is what I know about, the male reviews, but 9-inch males. John, that's hilarious. Excellent. Yeah, I'm going down to the Bear Bar. You know, the gay Bear Bar downtown Baltimore. Yeah, so all of my Bear fans that are here in the local area, meet me downtown at you know where, the Bear Bar. You know, the one that's down near the state office building complex. Near the, is that a CVS or a Rite Aid down there? Across the street. It has two different entrances to the bar off two different streets. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I know somebody who does, who took me there. Oh my God. What's up, Rick? I'm DJing a clothing optional rave in, wow, OZ, that is tremendous. So are you opting not to be clothed up there and DJing? Are you using all three hands, so to speak, to spin the tunes? Or maybe you play a vibraphone with your male organ? Get me? No? Oh well. I love the New Hampshire fun way, the pattern of those curtains. Wish I had them. You like them, Scott? Let me close it up all the way. Isn't that so nice? Oh, and doesn't this go well with the color? It's so rich. It's full of vibranceness. Yes, it is. The raid is here. I know how to take care of that. Now it's off camera. I can't believe I keep getting raided. I keep thinking Christy Gnome's going to step in. Oops. Be wearing leather and chaps. Sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to say that. I'm not in a man cave. I'm actually in what was a back porch. And the people before we bought this house, they had that taken down and they put a concrete slab and solid walls, windows, and they made it a four-season room. They even cut through behind you. There is a double French door, and they had to cut through the exterior wall because the only entry into the house from the back was into the kitchen. So we usually keep one door open when the French doors, just to for airflow and such. Hi, here I am. You didn't see the can, did you, before I lifted it up? I remember Tom Bosley for sure. I think I know David the Gnome. I think I know of that children's cartoon type thing, I'd imagine. Always liked him. He was a very nice man. Seemed like it, very likable kind of a person. You've seen my can multiple locations. We're not talking about a can of Raid. We're talking about a can of Derriere now. Yes, that's what I thought. So yes, I am probably the YouTube creator who has shown his behind more than any other on the entire format. I am the ass man. I am Rick Serra. I used to do funny videos with somebody, and I did some shopping with that person. Under my playlist, Out with Rick, I did a shopping about a year or so ago. We went to a local store that does have locations even down in Florida. It's called Ollie's. Ollie's Bargain Basement, or Bargains, whatever. Good stuff, cheap. So that's good fun. If that's something that you remember, if you recognized my face from when I was a little younger and I appeared on another YouTube channel. Hello, Alaska. What's with the backdrop? Well, these curtains were chosen by my lovely wife, Darlene, and she really loves paisley type designs. So this caught her eye, and we have these here in this room, and then we have some of the same colors in other curtains and furnishings. We're pretty much a blue, gray, off light blue kind of a level down here on this main floor. The simple gray, the solid white ceilings. It's a brick house with a fireplace. It's nicely sized. We have 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and a half-finished basement. We just finished the bathroom last year. Too much bathroom for me to really be purposeful, but we have it. So I have to go down there and pee in it once in a while just to use it, just so I can justify the thousands and dollars that we spent on it. Although we did also upgrade and repaint a bedroom. That was done by the same people who did the bathroom downstairs. You can never have enough bathroom. I know. I guess that's true. Yeah, I should do a number two, and I need to run some water in the tub to keep the seal damp so we don't have any sewer gases backing up through the drain. No. Do you want to see me do a number two live? That will definitely get my channel taken off of the air. Believe it or not, something like that is enough to totally strike you off the air. They consider that just so banal and crude. You can't do that. You can show a derriere briefly, but do not show anything coming out of that derriere, or beware. Especially what Long Duck Dong has going on right now. Yeah, that's something my wife doesn't like, Ryan, about the brown, flush it down, yellow, let it mellow. Nah, forget that. Flush it every time. That shit stinks. Oh, a fake breast pump demonstration. I know how crazy people get seeing my nipples. And I don't know if that's a good idea, Spindalis. I don't want to get another episode that I have to demonetize because of its being such an adult type of show. This is kind of adult, but this episode I haven't been crude really. I've been fairly clean, spick and span, you might say. Ah, yes. I don't mind if you say the words first of reminiscing about like being a caveman. First time I ever used a bidet. That was strange. Using a bidet while I was dressed in a caveman outfit. So that was the only room that we rented during that series. Only room where people actually slept overnight there. Yes. Dan and Brennan stayed the night there. They slept there. Then the next day, they made up a concocted story, and they got me good. And Brennan was the one to drop it on me, to allege that Dan tried to molest him overnight at this place. And then I said something to the effect that, well, did he really do anything? Or if he didn't, was it that bad? Because, he was probably just drunk. Because I didn't want to see a breakup of the show. So I'm being very selfish instead of thinking about Brennan's welfare. Of course, the whole thing was made up. And I was a sucker, fell for it. The two of them, if they wanted to make up something and get me to get sucked into it, they had no difficulty. They got me every time. I even laughed along with this one. So, whatever. I know that I've heard people think about Brennan and not just about his welfare, but about other attributes or attributes, I'm sorry. And for those that are horny, rumor has it that he is quite the man. And he was embarrassed that anybody said anything about it. Apparently, that same episode, if you look very carefully while we're in the tub, you might see something below the water surface to give you a clue. And it's not looking at me, it's looking at Brennan in the water. Give it a try. Well, I don't know where Brendan is or how he is. I hope well. I wish everybody well who I used to know. Wish no ill on anyone, but no, unfortunately, you see, I'm the person everybody stopped talking to because I was so horrible. You can't expect people who you let have fun with you at your expense to agree to stop doing that once they start. You might think you're a good sport and it won't bother you, but after a while, you get tired of it and you don't want it to continue. So my sin was objecting to having myself always being the brunt of some joke. I am easygoing and I can take any joke. And it's not that I'm so thin-skinned that I can't take some ribbing. So the whole thing became a big excuse by someone for the best of their concerns. And anybody who was around back then knows the whole story, and I'm not going to go into it now. That was too much already. But the lasting impression I hope you'll get is that I'm okay. And if I ever had someone reach out and contact me, I would actually be pleased and I would be kind. So, not that I'm expecting anything, but I would be. What else? Move on, Rick. All right, I did. Hi there, Kylie. Where are you? Are you driving back? Kylie went to a party, a surprise birthday party, far away. Hello, Alien Train. Oz, thank you so much. That's why we still do this cocktail hour with Rick, because we think you enjoy it. It's for you all, and it's become basically our habit after doing it for now our 6th year. Headed home, ETA 9:45. So, okay. Our ETA for this show is 8:30. We still have a whole half an hour. So, let's have a little more fun. Anybody want to talk about something specific? Bring it up. Let's chat. And it is Friday the 13th, and nothing horrible has happened yet. At least not to me. Yes, I drank one. I'm still babying it. It's gotten a little warmish. But I'm very familiar with the Genesee Brewing Company. I've tried a number of their beverages over the years. But this is good. This has a nice taste and it has a clean finish. So there's another one. Maybe I'll drink that. I don't know. I'm hoping for a little bit of action after I say goodbye here. thunder. I'd love to have a little thunder and lightning come in. I can sit on the front porch and watch the storm. Anybody love to watch a thunderstorm? The energy of Mother Nature, the bolts coming down and coming a little too close. Uh, the smell of ozone from that, I love it. Anybody? No? Oh yeah, Chris T, Ryan's Games, Spin Dallas. Yeah, of course. If it gets too severe, I'm running inside. And that's poor. Some of the fun is also hoping the wind blows the right way. It's not getting wet. I have a covered porch, but if the rain is blowing in, we're not staying in that position very long, are we? No, of course not. So I'm smoking morning wood. I think I mentioned that before. That I got here in Maryland. Because, of course, I didn't bring anything with me flying on an airplane from Florida. Not in this day and age, no. I'm not going to boof it. I did boof it one time. I admitted that I boofed it, and people freaked out that I boofed it. And they thought it was so horrible, but all I had to do is boof it to get past security. And after that, then you can, you walk with your thighs stuck together because you're holding it inside of your ass. You're keeping your ass muscles together to keep it in there so it doesn't fall out. And I wrapped mine in some plastic wrap and made it small as possible and then I went into the bathroom and got in a stall and removed the bag and put it into something else. And, at that point I was at my gate. Nobody's checking at the gate. Nobody's checking as you disembark. So I brought a little weed with me. And Darlene was not impressed. She was very upset with me that I would be so careless as to do that. Hey, Dingle Dangle, thank you so much generosity here, but glad to have you here. Thank you very much. Whippity dippity do, man. That is great. So thank you all. A couple of tips tonight. Much appreciated. So Delaware. Robert lives in Delaware. Delaware. We'll be in Delaware at the Delaware Seashore State Park for a week, FYI, Ryan, in August. For a week in August. You can touch base with us at rick.adr@aol.com. Maybe you could visit us at the beach. I don't know how far away it is for you, but I'm so sorry. Dingle Dangle. God, I just read what Darlene said. I am so sorry. My condolences on such a horrible loss. So, want to tell us a little bit about your dad? So we can think about what a great man he was? Oklahoma. Well, I don't know. Alien Train, there's a chance we're going to try to get out west. It might be actually in the fall or September, October 2026. We're thinking about taking a train ride through the Grand Canyon and a couple other parks. I think I might be somewhere in your region during that trip. Okay, I certainly will. No plans right now. When you send us tickets, darling, you're so funny. Oh, that would be fun. Do a New York meet and I mean, a North Carolina meet and greet. There is a place in North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I've been to one of these festivals they have every Labor Day weekend, with a couple exceptions, unfortunately. But they put together a group of U.S. or international bands under the general banner of progressive, could be jazz fusion, could be uh, art rock, could be math rock, but they have a show there. And it's 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. And they've been going to the same place every year, and they book where they get a fleet of rooms at a motel that has a nice outdoor pool year to year with a reasonable price too. So God bless Dingle Dangle and your family as you're going through this. And I've lost my father too. Now, he was quite aged. So I think that it's a different place for you, because I bet your father is much younger. Is not easy on Spindalis, and continued blessings to him and his family. Lost his father just a couple months ago now. So if we could do anything, please let us know. You can send us an email at rick.adr@aol.com, and I will put up a prayer request. Maybe you can give me a little information about your dad. Nothing much, whatever you'd like to share. And I'll put that up for people to consider and pray for you guys who may not be watching the show now. So I'll put that on the channel under the posts. So please reach out to us, okay, Dingle Dangle? Hello, Potato Kartoff. Oh, that sucks. You know what we say about cancer? We say fuck cancer. 61, much too young. And to think that the man suffered with cancer before he just passed. I'm so sorry. I hope that holding on to him being free from that suffering is some help. You hold on to little things like this, Dingle Dangle, to help you to get through. And if you have a faith, use your faith. Pray. Even if you're not a person of faith, let us send you good mojo and vibes in spite of that. So send me a message, please. Be happy to, honored, matter of fact, to send a message up. Hello, Chrissy Californian. Welcome to the show. I saw a couple of your posts in the past week. Thank you very much for peeking at my stuff, and welcome to Cocktail Hour with Rick. This show is usually lighthearted. Of course, that was a pretty sad thing that we had to talk about. But we do that because we hope we're a caring body of people. We have 44 people live right now. I can tell you what happens is before the show is out for a week, we'll have a total of 500, 600 people who have hopped on and been a part of everything, watching replay. So, hope you'll enjoy becoming a part of what we call our dysfunctional family. We're loving and caring people, and we do like to have a good time. We like some fun. We like to get rid of some of the stress of life and hang out. And here we are, friends enjoying time with our friends. Thank you, Ryan. We love you guys. Darlene's been on here too, remotely from Florida, and she's been in the chat. We both love you guys so much. All right, Jimmy, Rick, I'm glad you got to pop in a couple of times, buddy. Hope the shift is uneventful. And Darlene is definitely the best. And she puts up with me after all this time. We met in October 1987. Got married in May 1990. So 37, 38 years of being with each other. That's a good long time, man. I know, and according to my data, the most representative age group of you all, that's about the same age, 38 years old, around your late 30s. Well, that's great. Well, when you have found someone who you learn to grow with and change with, you might end up with having something like that happen for you. The key is to don't lose one another. Make an effort to point out to the other if you see something and you think it's represents something that has to be worked on. Do it lovingly. I mean, sometimes not lovingly, like Darlene has kicked the shit out of me before. Not seriously. But she does pinch in special areas to get a good effect of whatever she wants me to change doing or stop doing. She gets me good. Wow, Robert, Ryan, that is tremendous. That is multiple lifetimes almost right there, really. Yeah, a little slap on the wrist. They say you take a rubber band and put that around your wrist and snap if you need to keep reminding yourself of something. For me, I got tired of just snapping. It got left a red mark on my wrist. Like, why am I doing this? And I forgot why I even was using the rubber band. Little slap on the wrist with a couple of wet fingers. Well, sucko, Krista. We don't like that. I'm sorry that that's what you had to deal with. But if you're looking for something better, it might be in this crowd. There might be somebody you would want to talk to after the show. Think about this. We have a Discord link. And there people go because they want to just hang out and have fun. And you can get to it a couple different ways. But one includes going to my website and clicking on the link for Discord, which is down towards scrolling to the bottom of the web page. with multiple links. So, Discord can be found also if you go to the link just posted by John C. after the show. There it is down the bottom, discord.gg/lowercase f, uppercase d, lowercase h, 7, lowercase h, uppercase f, lowercase z, uppercase p, and then lowercase h. Wow. And then you, like I said, you can go to rickserrastar.com, look at my website and everything, and then you can go down and click on the Discord link. You know what the Discord link looks like, right? Well, that's what it'll look like. The same little thing will be there on the website page, web page, something. And that's right, John C. The few people who popped on, we give a free gift. You send us an email with your snail mail, correct snail mail, zip code. You got to give us the correct address, or unfortunately, it might be returned to us. And that saddens us because that person didn't get their free gift that we sent with love. So, rick.adr@aol.com is where you send this request for your free gift. Again, it's on rickserrastar.com. Where you go down, there's a link for email. Yes. Hey, like that. I'm doing the very Italian thing, a tendency to use your hands when you speak. I don't think I'm the only person as far as ethnicity where hands are used in the portrayal of something a person's discussing. But no, I am not signing. Sorry, I'm not. Carol Burnett used to do that. I think it was like, I love you, Mom. That was always very cute. Good old Carol. She's like 91 now. So where are we? We are 45 of you still. Are you kidding me? And then also people who super chatted. Thank you so much. So we've gone over all the things you can do after the show. The Discord, the rickserrastar.com website. The fact that there's playlists on my channel, including Rick's Motel Dives, Out with Rick. There's multiple playlists, so many videos, so little time. Spend a few hours. If you're having some trouble with sleep, watch Rick Serra's videos. You'll be snoring quickly. Turn the volume down and 5 minutes later, you're enjoying sleep. And I got a view out of it. My stats went up. Yay! Of course, that doesn't matter. I do this now as just something I love to do. It's also a nice hobby. When you're retired, you need to stay engaged and connected. You don't want to let yourself disconnect with the world, isolate. It will not be good for your mental health. Keep your mental health clean and engage with humanity. What else is there to say? That's the way to have it. Wait a minute. Where is there a laundry, a grocery shopping, and masturbation? Wait a minute. Spin Dallas, that's not all in my channel. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Oh, Carol wore a curtain. Instead of having a dress, she actually wore the curtain with the curtain rod still in it, right? Yeah. Of course, Carol Burnett Show. Timeless, simple, clean humor. You got the jokes. And you got to meet some great contemporaries of Carol. And she did that show when she was a younger woman. It was not something that was common for one, a young woman to be placed in a show at all like that. Number two, to be the lead, it was your show. So she impressed people on the way up. She certainly did. And certainly one of my all-time faves. You know, Spin Dallas, that would be if Jane Curtin would have done a remake of the skit of Gone with the Wind as done by the Carol Burnett Show. And she would be Carol. That would be so funny. How about if she had a Conehead appliance on as well? Not that the Conehead had anything to do with Gone with the Wind, but just stick it in there, you know? I love Jane Curtin. And her couple forays into some situation comedies on television. Yes, of course, Lucille Ball and Carol led the way. Let's not forget Barbara Eden and a handful of others, including is it the actress that played Ginger and the actress that played Mary Ann, still alive. It's amazing. They're all like 90 something. Crazy. Dingle dangle. Just stick it in there, Rick. Just stick it in there. I'm not being quoted correctly. I didn't mean anything sexual about that. And I'm not doing a suppository or an enema for you. I'm sorry, that's not it. What else? Out of context, I know. John has a dirty mind. It's okay. But we all love to have a laugh. And it's good when we can make up something funny ourselves. Isn't that great? Yeah, we did it. So, as I started out, I showed people this beautiful aqua blue t-shirt that's available, multiple designs. This was, and I don't know if we've ever sold any, this is the design that was Cocktail Hour with Rick, with Wormy in the glass. So I'm turning it around so you can get the image of the back. At rickserrastar.com. Get yours now, but don't worry, we won't run out. We have plenty in many sizes. And if there is any question you have on anything we sell, feel free to inquire via email, and we will get back to you as well. Well, as Darlene would say, it's about that time, Rick. We've done it. We've made another foray of 90 minutes talking about basically nothing. Shitting the breeze away for another Friday night. Cheers to you all. I hope you had some fun. I hope you'll have more fun the rest of this weekend. And toodaloo, as we would say. Until next week, take care of yourselves and have some fun. And again, our love and prayers to Dingle Dangle in the passing of his dad. God bless you, buddy. Good times with you all. Happy Pride Month. Peace, everybody.